In that case, let's have your answer, Mr. Wright. How did the Phantom make the moon rock disappear from the crime scene? Actually, I have a good idea. I wish I still had the frickin' pictures so I could compare. But, there's only one piece of evidence that has the capability. I mean, otherwise, the only other thing would be that, but obviously this is for today's trial. Meanwhile, this is, it was at the crime scene 7 years ago, so this makes the most sense.
Take that!
Take that! That's the Hope capsule, right? The one that went up with the Hat 1 rocket. The Hat 1 rocket. He couldn't carry the rock out, but he couldn't leave it in the Space Center to be found either. So there was only one safe place to stash it. The Hope capsule that was there in the lab that day. Yes, and the team must have loaded it onto the Hope space probe eventually. But if that's what happened, then the moon rock would have been launched up into space along with the rocket. Preposterous! It would mean that for these past 7 years, the moon rock was... Exactly. The Phantom got rid of the moon rock in the most cosmic way he knew how. It was out there in the depths of space. Aboard the Hope space probe. What? Order. Order in the court! I understand now. The Phantom's original scheme was to sabotage the Hat 1 anyway. The villain! He used his primary objective to conveniently kill 2 birds with 1 stone! That's right. He planned for the moon rock to be turned into cosmic dust out in space, thereby destroying the one piece of evidence that could reveal his true identity. But Mr. Starbuck and the others failed the Phantom's plot. Not failed, foiled the Phantom's plot. The Hope space probe sailed off safely on its mission and returned 7 years later, with the capsule in tow. God! If we analyze the blood on the moon rock, it should make one thing crystal clear. That you were the Phantom all along, Detective Fulbright! So he killed Clay just so he could get the moon rock back? I believe so. His original assignment may have been just to sabotage Hat 2, but at the same time, he also had to retrieve the evidence of his crime 7 years ago. That's why he went to the boarding lounge and attacked Clay as he made his escape out of the rocket with the capsule. But in the end, it was all he could do just to escape himself, so he didn't get the capsule. Clay must have done everything he could to stop Fulbright. He probably hung on to that capsule for all he was worth until his very last breath. Oh, this is so funny! You make me laugh, you really do! Oh! Boy, he's totally out of whack right now. It's game over for you, Detective Fulbright. Why don't you just admit it all now? There's nothing to admit. I'm Bobby Fulbright, undercover investigator, I tell you. I am not the Phantom. The blood on the rock is just another one of his schemes. A trap. now I'm not sure what to think. I suppose if the Phantom is a spy, with his salt, a trap is not out of the question.
Objection!
Objection! But in that case, you could say anything is a trap. Yeah, General Akbar. That's what makes a trap a trap. I've been framed into taking the blame for the Phantom. Your Honor, I believe further investigation is in order.
Silence!
Further investigation? More like plotting your escape. But no more. I will bring you to justice myself, if I must. Here and now! I guess it's time to show you just what I'm really capable of. Die, Simon Blackwell! Hey, you guys aren't really... Whoa! Hey, Edgeworth! Are you back with some good stuff? It looks like I made it just in time. Edgeworth! I have good news for you, Mr. Wright. I've uncovered some very crucial facts. Did you find something out about the Phantom's true identity? You might say that. I started looking into the first people on the scene 7 years ago. Al 3, an employee, and 2 officers were registered in the robotics recognition systems. But none of them looked the least bit like Detective Fulbright here. That's not good. But there's more. I've yet to share my most important finding. Mr. Wright, Prosecutor Blackwell, you'd best brace yourselves. Uh-oh. The man you see there before you, Bobby Fulbright, is already long dead. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? An unidentified body that was found a year ago has now been proven to possess Bobby Fulbright's fingerprints. Then, does this mean... Yes, that man there is an imposter pretending to be Bobby Fulbright. An imposter? Then this man, who in the world is he? Enough of your trickery. If you will not reveal yourself to us, then I shall do it for you! What the? No! His face! Aw, look what you did to my mask. Mask? What is the meaning of this, witness? Okay, you got me. I guess I have to show you who I really am now. What the? Wait, but that's... Hey, Apollo! Yep, it's me, Solomon Starbuck. Mr. Starbuck? But that can't be right! You can't really be the Phantom, can you? What?
Silence.
Of course not. The real Starbuck was aboard the Hat 1, which was set to be destroyed. If that was really Mr. Starbuck, he'd be wanting to kill himself. That makes no sense. Yeah, this is just another mask. I mean, didn't I tell you? I'm an undercover investigator. I can change identities at will. I can be anyone I want.
Objection!
Not so fast. I have the Phantom's psych profile right here. If we compile a psych profile on you and compare the results, it will prove that you're the Phantom. Are you serious? It's time for me to show you the real meaning of the phrase, the end justifies the means. Wait. Those words. Oh God, it's an old man. It's Old Man Jenkins.
I cannot accept such evidence here, Miss Sykes.
Professor Means? Is Mask?
I'll take what I want by any means necessary. Now give me that evidence.
Oh God, he just... Huh?
Oof. Time to take out the trash. Permanently.
How could you?
Now do you see how powerful the end justifies the means can be?
Do you seriously think you can escape the courtroom, like, with you pulling out all these masks? And I'm pretty sure every frickin' person that is in the range of 500 yards, or, yeah, 500 meters, whatever you want to say, will go after you and pretty much hunt you down.
Silence.
How pathetic. You can't even speak without wearing another man's face.
But that's the life of an undercover agent for you. My real face has no meaning or value to me at all.
Or perhaps it is really the case that you don't even know who you really are anymore. What must you see when you look in a mirror, Mr. Phantom? Not an awful lot, I'd wager.
Well, aren't you just the master of psychology, Blackwell? That's right. I don't know who I am. I am always living as someone else for my assignment. I don't remember what my face looks like, or even what my personality was like. My face, memories, personality, beliefs, emotions, and soul. I left them all behind. I have no self. I am no one. I am nothing but an endless abyss.
What's with this guy? Is he even still human?
And now we resume your lesson, Professor Wright.
Professor Wright? Oh? Huh?
I believe you made this argument earlier. If you were to analyze the blood of the moon rock, you could prove that I am the Phantom. I mean, it's not like I'm changing faces or anything.
I believe there was blood on the moon rock in that capsule. Now that we know you aren't even Bobby Fulbright, your claims of a phantom trap won't work anymore.
Then why don't you bring this moon rock in? This decisive evidence from the Hope capsule?
I think I will do that just now. Get ready, because the Hope Castle is about to seal your... I think Phoenix just realized the Hope Capsule was destroyed in this very courtroom.
Fudge!
Oh man, Phoenix just pulled a Luke. That was Phoenix's impression of the
It was the courtroom bombing from the other day. The capsule was there in the courtroom as evidence and was blown to smithereens.
Yeah.
It looks like you have finally caught on. Full marks for the defense for effort. But what a shame your hope was lost in this very courtroom's explosion.
So that's the real reason this courtroom was blown up. It was all for the Phantom to destroy that one piece of evidence. I can't believe it. Have we really reached a dead end after coming all this way? And, yeah, I think I just heard my food coming, so yep, I will be right back. Alright. So, holy crap, I just, got done eating. I had a special dessert waiting for me because apparently they gave free food for the free dessert for the last order they screwed up on. And, yeah, so I'm full, ready to finish this, and let's do it! I can't believe it. Have we really reached a dead end after coming all this way? No, I don't even remember what happened, but no. Has the only evidence we have on this guy really been destroyed? Oh, right.
How dare you to call me the Phantom? As I've said all along, I'm just a nameless undercover agent that has a lot of masks and is acting very suspicious, especially taking the name of Bobby Fulbright, the guy that's been found dead.
Objection!
And the defense will continue to assert that you are the Phantom. Furthermore, we have proof. Or at least a prayer. What?
I'm afraid that won't do, Mr. Wright. At least put some weight behind your swing, right, Dono?
I know. I'm trying. There's only one thing that can unmask this menace: the moon rock. But that was blown to bits in the courtroom bombing. And yet, is it really gone without a trace? What if some tiny part, some little fragment still exists? Yes, and you can see the stolen moon rock there too. That strange black and yellow thing on the left side of the picture?
Very well, Mr. Wright, let's see your proof. What evidence will finally prove the Phantom's identity?
Wait, I'm just brought back into this and I gotta what? No. Fragments are being analyzed? Whoa! Holy crap! Holy crap! A fragment of the frickin' moon rock! Take that! Isn't that the bomb that blew up with the courtroom? And the moon rock along with it? Are you saying this will reveal the Phantom's identity? Yes, Your Honor. Focus your attention on this photo, taken after the bombing. Specifically, right here. Right... What, you can't double tap? Fine. Right here. Please take a look at this newspaper article. This article about the hat one, right? Now please note the strange black and yellow rock there on the left. That's the moon rock. And when we look at this photo of the bomb fragments, see how there is a rock-like object with the same coloration? Oh my! Yes! I see it! It would seem that the moon rock was much more durable than the Phantom thought. If we take a look at all the fragments that the police found, we'll likely find one with blood. And DNA testing on that blood will prove that the witness is indeed the Phantom. Unbelievable!
But that's impossible!
A surprise to be sure. That's one bloody tough rock. Let us have the fragments tested straight away. Oh, and you'll be having a DNA test too, fool Wright. Bailiff, contact the police department immediately and order the testing. Prosecutor Blackwell, what do the test results show? There was a rock fragment that had blood on it that appeared to be several years old. DNA testing revealed. Well, I'm sure you know full well what it revealed. They confirmed it was the witness's blood, didn't they? There's no use in trying to talk your way out of it anymore. Admit it! You are the Phantom!
Objection!
Huh? Mr. Wright, did you just raise an objection to yourself? No. I didn't say a word. Didn't you see me pointing my finger and waving it around like a friggin' idiot? That was my objection, Apollo. Huh? Why? It was a pretty good objection, too, don't you think? Oh boy. Now he's me? So, do you have an objection or not, Mr. Wright? Huh? Oh, no. Not really, Your Honor. No, not you, Mr. Wright. I mean the witness, Mr. Wright. Could this trial get any more insane? Mr. Wright, this fragment of rock in the photograph, and those just like it. How can you be sure they're pieces of the same moon rock that was at the robotics lab? Care to explain what you mean? Well, there may have been a rock or two in the courtroom that may had my blood on it. But how do you know they're not just rocks? You can't prove they're the moon rock, right?
Objection!
Don't be absurd! Just compare the fragment with the rock in the newspaper article. Anybody can see they're the same. They have the exact same coloration.
Objection!
But maybe some other rock with the same coloration happened to be in the courtroom. It's highly unlikely a rock with such a unique appearance just happened to be here. But you can't deny it's a possibility.
Objection!
But your blood was found on one of the fragments! Apollo, there's nothing suspicious about my blood being on a piece of rock. And why not? I know it sounds like an excuse, but several years ago, I tripped and fell in this very courtroom. And was hurt pretty badly. That has gotta be the worst excuse I have ever heard. Maybe that's how my blood found its way onto a piece of rubble. Even he must realize how ridiculous that sounds. And yet I suppose it's not completely out of the question. I see you're starting to sweat, Mr. Wright. I thought that the worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. You're the last person I want to hear that from. Well, then why don't we get those fragments analyzed? We could ask an expert to verify if they were from the moon rock in the robotics lab or not. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that just isn't going to be possible. And why not? In order to prove that the fragments are from what you say they are from, you need a sample of the moon rock from 7 years ago to compare it with. But that moon rock doesn't exist anymore, and there's no sample data left either. So, you see, short of going back in time, there's no way to prove that any of the fragments are from that moon rock. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no! That Family Guy sound. That Family Guy quote. There's really no way to prove it? I believe there is. Are you finally ready to throw in the towel?
Objection!
Objection! So the moon rock doesn't exist anymore, huh? That's right. It was such a valuable rock, too. A shame, really. But it's lost to us forever. He's wrong. It's not completely lost. There's another piece of it, right here by our side. A shining fragment of hope that can turn everything around. The final piece of evidence to put this phantom away for good. The defense has a piece of evidence that completely contradicts your claim. You have what now? A final fragment of hope that was passed down with great love and care. We do? We do. Even if the person holding it hasn't even realized it yet. Is this true, Mr. Wright? Pay no attention to him, Your Honor. He's just bluffing, as usual. I wonder if you'll be able to force your biggest smile when you see what I've got. Try me. The piece of evidence that shows the original moon rock isn't completely lost is... Take that! But just about the only things my mother left me with are widget and this earring. Maybe she did love me in her own way. Athena, you may not know it, but your mother left you. Your mother left with you a very important piece of evidence. She did? You're bluffing! You don't have anything of the kind! Oh, but we do! Evidence that will finally corner you! Because we have a moon rock of our own. Yeah! Oh! You mean... Exactly. A gift Dr. Sykes left with her daughter. An item Athena has cherished and worn all these years. As distant as Dr. Sykes may have seemed to her daughter, that fragment of her love will shake off the darkness of the past and give us all hope for the future! This is the defensive sample of the moon rock!
Take that!
Take that! That's your sample? This earring that Miss Sykes always wears was made from the original moon rock! What? All this time, it was right here all along? No. Ugh. It can't be! It's impossible! If the composition of the bombed fragments and the earrings are found to be a match, then it will prove beyond the shadow of a doubt the origin of the fragment in this photo. And since the test results showed that the blood on the fragments was yours, this means that the identity you tried so hard to hide will finally be revealed. The identity I tried to hide? I don't have an identity to hide! I may not have Athena's ears, but now even I can hear the fear in your voice. Fear? I don't feel fear! I left all my emotions behind years ago!
Objection!
Every human being feels fear! You simply can't face the emotions inside you. You can't face them because you have nothing. No love, no trust. And I suppose you do. I didn't have anybody to support me at first, either. I couldn't face the fear inside me, couldn't get over the trauma of my past. Like I said, I don't feel fear.
Objection!
Objection! Then you're just a coward for running away from yourself. When I had my doubts about Miss Psyche, I felt like I would collapse under the weight. But I wanted to trust her. And I knew I could trust Mr. Wright to uncover the truth. That's why I was able to face my suspicions without any hesitation. Running away from myself? How can I run away from myself when there's nothing inside? Nothing at all.
Objection!
Objection. I know it's hard for someone as unwilling to trust others as you to understand. But people have emotions. It's just a fact of life. And so people can be weak at times. But that's exactly why people need to trust one another. So they can gain the trust. So they can gain the strength to face themselves when things are at their bleakest. Without trust in others, how can you even hope to face your fears? The fear inside of me is this? No. Ah! Ah! Oh, jeez. I'm afraid! I'm scared! I feel fear! You can't outrun yourself! Remove that mask and unleash your emotions! Confront your guilt head on! With your own true face. My own true face? No! Please don't! I know you're here! Where are you? See? I haven't revealed anything yet! Honest! My own true face! I don't have one! My face! My face! My face! Is this my face? Is it? No, that's not it! No! This isn't me either! Ah! Is this me? Which one is it? My face? What am I? Ah! Was that a bullet shot? A sniper attack in this very courtroom. It chills me to the bones. But the police are doing everything they can to track down the sniper as we speak. Prosecutor Blackwell, how is Detective Fulbright, I mean, his imposter, doing? He's a lucky fellow. The bullet didn't hit any vital organs. Holy crap, he's alive? He appears to be in no danger of dying. Holy crap! The Phantom's alive! Well, that was fortunate for all of us. The analysis of the final piece of evidence Wright submitted is in. The composition of Miss Sykes' earring and the fragment with the blood on it match. We can now be certain that it is a fragment of the moon rock in question. The murder and bombings at the Space Center, both past and present. The bombing of courtroom number 4, and all of his other crimes, as numerous as the stars. Under suspicion of all these things, the spy, known as the Phantom, has been incarcerated. The prosecutor's office is now responsible for his well-being. There are still a myriad of things we wish him to tell us about, after all. Thank you, Prosecutor Blackwell. Well, it's time to finally bring this trial to an end. It is nightfall, after all. But before I do, will the defendant please return to her proper place? Yes, Your Honor. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Athena Sykes, not guilty. Yeah! Celebrate in the ruined courtroom. Oh yeah, party all night. I think everyone can say everyone is happy with this little this case being solved. Prosecution had a smile on the face. Athena obviously smile. Phoenix and Apollo. Only one that has that stern face, but I'm pretty sure there is a hidden smile inside, is the judge. Although then again, maybe he isn't that happy because his courtroom room was blown up and and who's gonna clean up this mess? This confetti mess. Court is adjourned. Yeah, 9:12 p.m. Have you ever... This is the first time I think court... I don't know. I haven't played the other ones like in a while, but is this the first time the court, like the trial lasted until 9 o'clock at night? Congratulations, Mr. Nick! Thank you, Pearls, and thank you for being there for Athena. It's the least I could do. But Athena was great, wasn't she? She was so strong throughout the whole trial. Daddy, I'm so glad to see you. Trucy, are you alright? Are you hurt? I'm fine, Daddy. I was doing magic tricks for the other hostages to keep our spirits up. That's our Trucy for you. I'm really glad to see you're safe. Right. I fear I owe you yet another debt of gratitude. Edgeworth. We never would have caught him if it weren't for all of you. Aw, come on, Edgeworth. What are you talking about? You're the ones who have been tracking the Phantom all this time. Plus, you were the one who gave Blackwell permission to serve as prosecutor, right? Yes, well, we knew the Phantom was somewhere nearby. The police and I were trying to find him, but we never did manage to do so until this trial. Well, we never would have won this trial without you. It was your help as chief prosecutor that was the key to its successful conclusion. Besides, it was you that saw to it I got my attorney's badge back, wasn't it? So you figured it out, did you? Yeah, getting my license back went just a little too smoothly, you know? It should have been much harder after that evidence forging scandal. Well, I owed you a few favors. Hey, Edgeworth, think we can finally bring the dark age of the law to an end? Even the darkest night turns to dawn eventually. Our sun will rise again. Tayo! If you don't get that reference, then... yeah. Too bad. Too bad. Too bad. Oh my god, that was another freaking... that was a freaking... not even a Metal Gear reference. That was another... that was a Konami reference. If seriously, I'm not gonna say what game it was, but it was a game that I know about, so you should obviously... Well, actually, you shouldn't obviously, but you should know what what I just yelled is from. Besides, now that Prosecutor Blackwell has been cleared of all charges, a great deal of mistrust towards the court system should have been swept away. I will give one hint to that previous thing, though. It was a game that Kojima did make, so that's a good hint. That's a good hint. You know... So, another technically Metal Gear reference. Since it was said in... Or actually, not Tayo, but... Something along the lines was said in Metal Gear Solid 4. I will say that. Okay. Enough referencing. You know, you could have said that with a bigger smile, Edgeworth. It won't kill you. Instead, the furrows in that brow of yours just keep getting deeper and deeper. So I should smile more, huh? I'll think about it. The complicated love-hate relationship between lifelong rivals. You could say that again. I'm forever in your debt. You went to all that trouble, even taking the bar exam while you were overseas. Well, I knew that if I didn't get your sentence overturned fast, you'd be executed. You knew the entire time? So I studied and studied. I was frantic. I'm so glad I made it in time. Just barely. But I still made it. That a girl, Athena. It's good to see you finally let your tears out. Yes, I survived by the skin of my teeth, thanks to you. Shame on you, Simon, for trying to throw your life away like that. It was never my intention to just throw my life away. But some things in this world are more important than your own life. Like what? My honor-bound duty to protect, with my life, my mentor's most beloved treasure. Huh? That's some loyalty. This guy really is a samurai, through and through. Well, it looks like we can breathe easy now. Apollo, Athena, thank you both. It took all of us together to pull it off. You bet, boss! What a team we are, huh? It was definitely the most amazing turnabout I've ever seen! I'm a lucky guy. Lucky and a bluffing. My office has the best, most capable lawyers around. Thanks, Mr. Wright. I'm going to work extra hard to make up for all the worry I caused. Apollo Justice is fine and ready to go. Let's hear it for the Wright Anything Agency. Well, nobody's going to try harder than me, so you'd better watch out, Apollo. Simon is free thanks to Mr. Wright. But there are so many more people out there who need our help. You're right, and I'll be needing both of you to help them. We still have a long way to go. Get ready, you two. We won a major victory, but the war is far from over. There are still people out there suffering under false charges who need defending. We've got a lot of work ahead of us. If we ever hope to fully bring the dark age of law to a close. Hey, I know one thing we have to do. Yell objection at the end. We have to celebrate with a bowl of piping hot noodles. Huh? Nothing like a bowl of Eldoon's noodles after a trial, all on Mr. Wright's tab. That's how it works at the Wright Anything Agency. Right, Mr. Wright? Huh? Huh? Humph. As a boss, it's your duty to express gratitude to your people for their great work. In that case, allow me to join in the festivities. I would greatly welcome a bowl of noodles after being set free. Huh? 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 I have an idea, Daddy. Why don't you just invite everybody involved with the case? The more the merrier, right? Did you hear me through the game? Like last night when I said that to Mr. Starbuck? Oh, Mr. Nick, look how far you've come. Who knew you'd grow up to be such a generous gentleman? Guys? Under these circumstances, there's only one thing I can say. Only if I get to join in. Hey, no fair. I want to say it, too. Okay, here we go. Objection!
Objection!
And so ends the game. I was trying to think of something nice I could do for Polly now that he's back, so I decided to go around and get a bunch of jobs for him to do. Find a lost cat, install an air conditioner, give a computer lesson, find lost... Oh, I can't read that fast. Oh, whenever they say something, I'll let that play out. But in all, holy crap, it took me since November. Or October, I should say. Oh, God. That Apollo reference right there. Yeah, it took me since October. Holy crap. But yeah, I think with this, I don't know when I will upload DLC. I think I'm gonna take a break from this series, which it'll take a while to get to this part. I can't even get my mind straight because of it moving right to another scene right after. But as always, I enjoyed the game, and I did want to get through this as fast as possible. Yeah, because Mr. Perfect. Snake? Snake? Snake! Ah, Claveyer. Ja? Wonder if she's gonna be in the next game, if there will be a next game. Hopefully there will be a next game. And I don't mean the Phoenix or Ace Attorney versus Professor Layton one, which... Assistant director. Then who's the director now? Oh God. That's funny. Yeah, I was just asking for defense attorneys. He's not gonna go talking too. And so that, I guess, ends the actual little speech thing. Makes me wonder if Edgeworth was in this one. I wonder if the... Bones. I wonder if in the next game, if they make another one, like an actual sequel, not Professor Layton versus Ace Attorney, which, as of recording this, still isn't out in America. Might take a few months or something, but yeah. And I'm not getting the Japanese version because obviously I can't read Japanese. But I will go through that one whenever it does come out. Even it'd be funny if I actually went through it while also posting these up still, because this is gonna take like a month to upload. But then the DLC. The DLC I won't actually play until at least after these are done being uploaded or something. I don't know how I'm gonna go about it, but since I got this done and I haven't even started uploading, like I'm up to right now. Let me just say, I'll go to my video manager just to let you all know what part I am on in this game. I am on part 71. Is supposed to upload tomorrow. So right now I'm actually on part 70 that's been uploaded so far. And so I don't even know what part this is, since I randomly say how long they are, etc., etc. And I've only gotten up to pretty much investigation day 2 of episode 4 up so far. So it's gonna take a while to probably get to this part, since this took probably about 12 hours to record. But like record episode 5. But I don't know if I will get along the lines of recording the DLC until a little after I'm done uploading this part itself, or if I will actually get to it within like a week or so after doing this, because I gotta play stuff like I still have what, like Bravely Default. I know I have Theatrhythm that I'm doing this week because it comes out this week in Japan. And then there's just a lot of, I got Resident Evil 4, and there's just so many different games that I got that I need to do, like Parallel Worlds. I still haven't even recorded that yet as of recording this. And yeah, there's just so much that I gotta do, so I can't really do that and wait.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
T-minus 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff.
You'll be fine! Just believe in yourself!
The moon's closer than you think!
Thanks, guys. I wouldn't have made it back into space if it wasn't for you.
All right!
Phoenix, the guy that's cool, that's just like right now he's too old to be doing all that screaming and stuff, and it's just like, through the years, I've seen as much joy as heartache, honesty and deceit. But just as Mr. Starbuck was able to escape the harsh pull of his fears and despair, I believe that hope and friendship can lift us all up towards a brighter tomorrow. Illustrations and anime cutscenes galleries have been unlocked. Please go to extras and DLC to view them. Alright. Cool. Cool. It'll bring us back to the title screen because there's nothing else to save. Let's check that out. What illustrations we got? Holy crap, we have way... Well, looks like we got, Oh! So it's pretty much like the Corpse Party illustration thing where there's two different... Depending on what picture you're looking at, there could be up to 3, I think, different... Well, in Corpse Party there was 3 different illustrations you could look up, but... Yeah, But, yeah, that's it. And, I don't think I'm gonna go through them all of course, but, yeah, with that, I hope you all enjoyed the game. And, again, I don't know when this part's gonna go up. It could freaking go up in June for all I know. But, I really hope you all enjoyed this. I enjoyed the game. And, yeah. Hope to catch you all next time in another playthrough that I do on the channel. And I hope you all have a great day.